True Sports episode 81 is on the air. Taylor Phillips along with Louis Tenor. How about that Monday Night Football game? What a finish, huh?
Unreal. Unreal. I mean, think about it. I mean, all the hype, of course, was surrounding Aaron Rodgers, his debut with the New York Jets. I mean, he carries the flag out on the field, and everything looks good. Then 4 snaps into the game, he gets injured. And it's not only a game injury; it's a season-ending injury as he injured his Achilles tendon. So naturally, I'm thinking the game is over. Buffalo goes up 13-3, and like, okay, this is gonna be a long, long night for New York. Little do we know that they had something up their sleeve, and our
Their
backup quarterback
defense.
did the job. The good defense, because that's what we were lacking all those years. Because now our offense has been terrible and our defense has been better. But now that has changed, and our backup quarterback did the job, and we actually won the game in overtime. I mean, we went from what was going to be a sure loss to a win. Unreal. It was ugly, but a win is a win.
Yeah, yeah. The offense minus Aaron Rodgers still gave the Jets the chance to win in
Yeah.
overtime, but except the special teams unit, the punt
Yes.
return, the punt return team got the job done with the blockers. That
Oh yeah.
65-yard touchdown punt return by Brees Hill. Josh Allen, man, what is happening to Josh Allen on the other side of the coin?
Yeah. I mean, that's I know some people are big fans of Josh Allen, but he just didn't have it last night. This is not the Josh Allen that fans of Buffalo have become to known. And I really thought they were going to just take do the damage of the AFC East this year. I mean, of course, it's only one game, but judging from what I saw last night, they just collapsed.
Yeah. So that completes week one of the NFL 2023-2024 season. Week two is coming up next.
Thursday.
Yep, Thursday, yes. So, as as you might have seen, I recently finished my latest new episode of the Michigan Sports Truth podcast, my other show, with my co-host Ed Smith, who quickly recovered from a flare-up
Oh,
in his bronchitis. Uh, but but anyway, yeah, I just gave that away. But anyway, um, yeah, we Ed and I dissected the Lions' win over the Kansas City Chiefs. We previewed their Week Two game, the
yeah.
home opener against the Seattle Seahawks, and then we discussed the Mel Tucker situation.
Hmm.
Your thoughts on
Yeah.
that?
Well, I was surprised. The only one that was surprised was the Lions coach himself, because I thought, with the Chiefs at home raising the banner, I thought it was gonna be like an easy win. But
Easy win
I,
against the
I,
Lions?
I,
Come on.
I thought it was going to be an easy win, but after the injury, it all turned away. I really thought the Chiefs were going to have this game in hand.
Oh, Travis Kelsey. Oh, yeah. Oh, the
Yeah,
Lions were. Don't forget, even with Travis Kelsey, the Lions could still give the Chiefs fight, but the Chiefs uh, would still come up with the victory. But Kelsey, they missed him. The Lions took
yeah,
advantage. The fake
yeah.
punt, their defense,
Fake punt.
yeah, their defense got the job done. The Chiefs went for it on 4th and 20, but were called for a false start with all three of their timeouts left, and then 4th and 25, they still went for it with all three of their timeouts left. They threw an incomplete pass, and then
It's
the lot.
it. Yeah.
But even if they punted it away, the Lions would have gotten the first down anyway, and
Mhm.
then won the game like they did.
Yeah. Surprised me. So a lot of mishaps have been happening. I mean, of course, and the biggest mishap of all when the Giants, went a field goal and Dallas blocked it, and then it all went downhill from there, right from almost the word go.
Yeah. So
Ugly.
Dan Campbell was one way or the other expecting his team, the Lions, to win anyway,
Yeah.
because you never in this day and age you never underestimate the Lions,
Back.
even if they go up against the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs.
Yeah.
No matter what, the Lions are
I
now
mean,
6-point favorites against the Seahawks.
A 6 point favorite. Wow.
Yeah, and I picked them to win by 7. Ed Smith picked them to win by 10. No joke.
10.
Yeah,
Wowee.
the Lions are gonna the Lions. The way Ed Smith and I see it, are gonna get their revenge against the Seahawks.
I guess the Lions are really roaring.
They just they just have to they just have to prove it on the field. Yes, the
Yes.
secondary had their ups and downs. Well, just or maybe at least one low. Cam Sutton just had a
Yeah.
rough night, but the rest of the secondary defense stepped up, except they gave up a couple touchdown passes wide open. But
Yes.
yeah, they even let Kadarius Toney wide open, but he kept dropping passes. But C.J. Gardner with a pass breakup in the clutch. Brian Branch with a pick six early in the third. That was Patrick Mahomes' first interception pass of his entire career.
Oh
For
boy.
crying out loud!
Yeah. Which also goes to prove that Patrick Mahomes can't do it alone.
Yeah, and while I was doing while I was on live on my other show, I was watching that Yankees Red Sox game on TBS. The Yankees won 4-1. Your thoughts on
Yeah.
that?
Absolutely unbelievable. Now we're right back in the thick of it. Taking 2 games in enemy territory.
At
So
Fenway Park,
we're
yeah.
not. Yeah, we call them enemy territory. So we're not dead yet. I mean, now we're above 500, and this American League East division is a race.
Arch rival territory.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that leads us to the standings after the scores on your True Sports Report. Go ahead.
And away we go. Okay, we got a few late games in progress. Um, yeah, let's start with the bottom of the ninth here with the Guardians leading the Giants 3-1. No one out, no one on. Class A is pitching and Hanger is at bat. In the bottom of the eighth, the Mariners are having a field day over the Angels 8-0. Runner on second, one out. Diaz is pitching and Caballero is at bat. And the last game in progress is the Dodgers over the Padres 7-2 right now. Two out, nobody on. Hernandez is pitching and Betts is at bat. All the rest are final. That goes like this. Now, today's was a doubleheader between the Yankees and the Red Sox because last night's game was rained out. The Yankees won the first game 3-2. That was this afternoon. Brito got the win. Pavetta got the loss, and Holmes got the save. I'm going in order here, by the way. Uh, White Sox and Royals also played to a doubleheader. The White Sox won the first game 6-2. Cease got the win. Singer got the loss, and Santos got the save. Cardinals over the Orioles 5-2. Wainwright got the win. Means got the loss, and Hensley got the save. The Pirates over the Nationals 5-1. Fowler got the win, and Adon got the loss. A final in 10. The Braves, yeah, they're still hot. 7-6 over the Phillies. Final in 10 innings. Iglesias got the win. Kimbrel got the loss, and Hand got the save. Uh, Reds over the Tigers 6-5 in 10 innings. Diaz got the win. Lang got the loss, and Farmer got the save. Rangers double up on the Blue Jays 6-3. Scherzer got the win, and Rue got the loss. And it's the loss for the Mets when they traded Scherzer. Sorry. But the Mets beat the D-backs today 7-4. Votto got the win, Nelson got the loss, and Octavio got the save. Red Sox take game two over the sorry, the Yankees take game two over the Red Sox, or as I said, the Dead Sox, who 4-1. Rodin got the win. Winikowski got the loss, and Ramirez got the save. Brewers over the Marlins 3-1. Portela got the win. Cabrera got the loss, and Williams got the save. Twins over the Rays 3-2. Barland got the win. Linetti got the loss, and Duran got the save. Game two, Royals over the White Sox in a slugfest, 11-10. Clark got the win, Garcia got the loss, and Hernandez got the save. Astros over the Rangers, Athletics over the Rangers. That's right, the Athletics over the Rangers. 6-2. Sears got the win, and Verlander got the loss. Another loss from the Mets. And finally, the Rockies over the Cubs, 6-4. Bird got the win. Placina got the loss. And Lawrence got the save. All right, let's go to the standings. And it's getting a bit more interesting now. And it goes like this. All right, so as a result of well, it's fairly interesting here. The Orioles are still in first, 91 and 53. The Rays are 89 and 57, three back. The Blue Jays are 80 and 65, 11 and a half back. And the Red Sox and Yankees are tied at 73 and 72, 18 and a half back. But if we look at the wild card, it runs down this way. The Rays are up 8.5, followed by the Rangers. The Blue Jays are next, followed by the Mariners at a half game back. The Red Sox and Yankees are 7 back in the wild card. The Angels and the Guardians are 12 back, and the Tigers are 13 and a half back. All the rest, the White Sox, A's, and Royals, they were eliminated back in like May. So to put it that way. So although it may seem like the chances for the Yankees are slim, I think there's still a bit of hope they can make this wild card. We still got 2.5 weeks to go. Anything can happen, and I've seen it happen before. All right, so over to the Central in that joke of a division right there. The Twins are the only team above 500 at 76 and 69. The Guardians are 8 back at 68 and 77. Yuck. Tigers 66 and 78, 9.5 back. The White Sox 20 back at 56 and 69 and 89, and they're out. And the Royals 45 and 101, 31.5 out, and they're out of contention as well. In the West, we got a battle here. The Astros 82 and 64 are a game ahead of the Rangers at 80 and 64. The Mariners not far behind either at 79 and 65, 2 back. The Angels pretty much done at 68 and 77, 13.5 back. And the A's 46 and 99, 35.5 back. Go figure. All right. Well, the Braves at least clinched a playoff spot as they're 95 and 50, have a 16-game lead over the Phillies at 79 and 66. They're vying for a wild card. The Marlins 74 and 71, 21 back. The Mets 66 and 78, 28.5 back. And the Nationals 66 and 80, 30 back. Forget it. The Central, the Brewers are 81 and 63. The Cubs are 4 games back at 78 and 68. The Reds 75 and 71, 7 back. The Pirates 67 and 78, 14.5 back, and the Cardinals 64 and 81, 17.5 back. One of the major disappointments in the leagues this year. Dodgers are running away with the West as they're 87 and 66, 12.5 ahead of the D-backs at 76 and 70, counting the loss today. The Giants are 74 and 70, 13.5 back. The Padres 68 and 77, 20 back, and the Rockies eliminated at 52 and 92, 35.5 back. All right, a lot of day games on tomorrow's schedule, so it'll be an easygoing day. So we'll break it down like this. Starting with that, your 1:10 game with the Rays taking on the Twins. 3:10, the Cubs take on the Rockies. 3:45, the Guardians take on the Giants. 4:10, the Angels take on the Mariners. Your 6:35 games are the Cardinals taking on the Orioles and the Nationals taking on the Pirates. 6:40, the Braves take on the Phillies and the Reds take on the Tigers. Your 7:07 game, Rangers take on the Blue Jays. 7:10 games, D-backs take on the Mets. Yankees take on the Red Sox. The A's take on the Astros. 7:40, the Royals take on the White Sox. The Marlins take on the Brewers. And the nightcap game, the Padres taking on the Dodgers at 10:10. All right. I don't know if there's any WNBA fans in the crowd, but their playoffs begin tomorrow. So I'm just going to run down that schedule. as they begin their playoffs beginning tomorrow. And what a year it's been in the WNBA. So it goes down like this. Tomorrow, beginning at 8 o'clock, the Minnesota Lynx take on the Connecticut Sun, and the Chicago Sky take on the Vegas Aces, who are the top seed overall. And by the way, all first rounds are best of three. So just want to keep that in mind. Okay, on to the news items of the day. Oops. Yeah. And then, of course, they go on to a semifinal best of five, which will be either late September or early October. Okay, to start off with, we got some trouble here as the Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter's alleged attack on his girlfriend at a New York City hotel left the woman with a fractured vertebrae and a cut above her right eye. Prosecutors revealed his arrangement now yesterday. Potter was charged with a felony and assault strangulation in connection with the incident at the Hilton in Manhattan. Prosecutors say that he did not stop until his girlfriend, a former WNBA player, ran out of the hallway as she was covered in blood. Potter was not required. Porter was not required to enter the plea uh, during his brief appearance in court. Porter was in police custody since 6:45 a.m. Monday, and then was released on $775,000 bail, and was ordered to stay away from his girlfriend, Keese Gornizik. Assistant DA Maria Cruiser said this was a serious domestic violence case. Cruiser said that Porter had a history of beating her, including an incident as he rammed into her cars. Porter is due back in court on October 16th. The Rockets are scheduled to play a preseason game that day against the Spurs, with the regular season start about 10 days later. What an idiot. The Cavaliers reached agreement with center Tristan Thompson on a one-year deal. His agent Rich Paul confirmed to the Associated Press on Monday night. Thompson spent 9 seasons with the Cavaliers, spending 4 seasons with LeBron, and appeared in 4 straight NBA Finals. Both players played together with the Lakers last season. Thompson was selected 4th in the 2011 draft and will give the Cavaliers some tough front court depth and a player with lots of playoff experience. Don't I know it? Throughout his career, Thompson's averaged 9.0 points per game, 8.4 rebounds in 730 NBA games. The Cavaliers were 51-31 last season and have returned to the postseason for the first time since 2018, but lost to the Knicks in the first round. Moving ahead, Montreal forward Cole Caulfield told reporters on Monday that he'll be ready to start camp on time after undergoing surgery on a torn labrum. Oof. Speaking at a charity golf tournament, Caulfield offered a positive update that was as he had surgically repaired on February 1st in what was a lost season for the Habs. Montreal gave the star player an 8-year extension worth $62 million in June. The 15th overall pick in 2018 had a career high 26 goals and 10 assists before the shoulder injury ended his season, but at least he's now surgically repaired. Montreal finished last season at 31, 45, and 6 with 68 points amid injuries to Caulfield and some other key players as well. The San Antonio Spurs have waived guard Cameron Payne. That clears the way for him to join a contending team and have him play a larger role wherever he winds up playing. So it's a good deal for him. Oops. Yeah. Of course, the question remains now, where will he go? If Payne clears waivers this week, he will have a significant market of contending teams looking to add him, especially after his performance in the 2023 postseason. The Spurs acquired Payne along with a 2025 second-round pick and $5.6 million in a July trade with the Suns. The Spurs have several young guards they're planning to build around the roster, and Payne will make more sense for a contending team. That is, to play for a contending team. Payne had a terrific run as a backup to point guard Chris Paul with the Suns over the past 3 seasons. He had a 31-point performance in Game 3 of the Western Conference Series semifinals against the Nuggets and started 4 games of that series for the Suns. During the finals of 2021, Payne started 2 games while Chris Paul was injured and averaged 20 points, 9 rebounds in a 2 game stretch. Last season, Payne averaged 10.3 points, 4.5 assists in 48 games for the Suns. He also had stops with the Thunder, the Bulls, the Cavaliers, since the Thunder selected him 14th in the 2013 draft. How interesting. Okay, there is a robust of interest from NBA past gold medal winners such as LeBron James and Anthony Davis to join Team USA basketball for the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris, with Stephon Curry also seeking interest. Sources told ESPN. Curry expressed interest in playing for Steve Kerr's team. Several players who are part of the 2021 Gold Team, but not on the World Cup tournament, include Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, two-time Olympic gold medalist Draymond Green. Chris Paul, also in gold in 2008 and 2012, is also considering. And three-time gold medalist Kevin Durant is also being considered as well. Team USA has done some recruiting of Joel Embiid, who is a dual citizen with U.S. and French citizenship, but the Sixers have made no comment at this point. He will play a larger role in how the team comes together, as James, Embiid, and Davis have all battled injuries at the end of recent seasons. The U.S. has won the last 4 Olympics, but only 2 of the last 6 in World Cup play, and failed to medal in this year's World Cup as they lost to Canada for the bronze medal on Sunday. And I saw that game a little bit. All right. Okay, former NHL players Dustin Brown, who won 2 Stanley Cups with the LA Kings, one of them against my Rangers, and Jamie Langenbrunner, who won with the Anaheim Ducks in 2013, lead this year's Hall of Fame class. Also included are longtime executive Brian Burke, women's hockey player Katie King Crowley, and longtime official Brian Murphy. All will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in Boston in a ceremony on December 6th. I thought the Hall of Fame was in Toronto. Brown is only the second American-born captain to win the Stanley Cup twice, first in 2012 against the Devils and 2014 against the Rangers. Langenbrunner won 2 Stanley Cups. The first one was with Dallas in 1999. I remember that one very well. And then with the Devils in 2003. He also was a teammate of Brown in the 2010 Winter Olympics, where they won the silver medal as they lost to Canada in overtime. I remember that very well. King Crowley guided the women's team to gold in 1998 Winter Olympics. She also has a silver from 2022 in Salt Lake and the bronze in Turin, Italy in 2006. Burke's long NHL career as an agent and a Stanley Cup champion as a GM with the Ducks in 2007. He also received the silver in the 2010 Winter Olympics. Murphy is one of 8 officials and 2 Americans to work over 2,000 regular season games. He also officiated 9 Stanley Cup finals as one of the rare officials to serve as a referee and a linesman. Wow. And a linesman. All right. Yes. Okay, we covered that. So we'll move on. For those of you who forget, Djokovic defeated Medvedev in 4 sets to win his 24th Grand Slam tournament and has tied Margaret Court for the most of all time. So congratulations on that. Moving along here. All right. Well, the Braves are having a fantastic year, and one reason is Matt Olson, as he tied the single-season franchise record with his 51st home run of the year tonight against the Phillies. Olson hit a solo shot in the 4th off of Zach Wheeler into the infield seats. The fan caught the ball, threw it back onto the field. Olson hit 2 home runs last night for his 40th and 50th of the season. Olson shares the record with Andruw Jones, who hit 51 back in 2015. That's one reason why the Braves are doing so well. I mean, with Olsen, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, moving along. Okay, Ohio State names Kyle McCord as the starting quarterback for the rest of the year. That's set by head coach Ryan Day. Day had a quarterback battle to manage between McCord and Devin Brown, with neither player taking a huge leap over another. McCord started the first two games, but Day has stated that he wanted to give Brown some reps in the game and wanted to see both quarterbacks. Previously, when asked if McCord would be a full-time starter, Day stated he did not want to draw a hard line on the position. That is until now, of course. We decided that Kyle would be the starter, said Day, and we are going ahead with that distinction. The Buckeyes are 2-0 with McCord as the starter, but Day acknowledged the offense has not clicked yet to their full potential, and their coaches are still trying to find their identity. Through the first two games, McCord has thrown 497 passes with 3 touchdown passes. Day mentioned yesterday McCord is starting to understand how to operate the game and get into his own rhythm. He believes the consistency that McCord has shown has given him the opportunity to lead the offense going forward. Okay. Well, the good news is that the Jets won the game last night, but now the bad news, as their odds of winning the Super Bowl have decreased thanks to the injury of Aaron Rodgers last night. Caesars Sportsbook dropped the Jets from 16 to 1 to 35 to 1. Not terribly severe, while others sportsbooks have made more severe adjustments. Despite the Jets' win overtime against the Bills last night, FanDuel dropped them to 65 to 1 odds. In other words, dropped them like a rock. Multiple sources indicate that Rodgers will miss the entire season after an MRI confirmed that Rodgers tore his left Achilles tendon on just the 4th play of the game. The Jets opened their Week 2 game against the Cowboys as 3-point underdogs, but now the injury to Rodgers opened the line. The Cowboys are now 7.5 favorites. Zach Wilson, who was selected second in the 2021 draft, would be the starting quarterback going forward. Wilson is 8-14 as a starter, was demoted twice last season, prompting the Jets to acquire Rodgers in a blockbuster offseason trade with the Packers. Ugh. So this worries me a little bit. We have some sad news in the NFL to report as former NFL receiver Mike Williams passed away at the age of 36 yesterday. His agent told ESPN. Agent Hadley Ingerhan said that Williams passed away yesterday morning. Williams was in intensive care at a hospital in Tampa Bay, Florida, since last week after a construction accident that left him partially paralyzed. The Tampa Bay Times cited Timmery Lyle, the mother of his 8-year-old daughter, reported that he was taken off a ventilator last Thursday. Williams played his college ball at Syracuse. He first came onto the NFL scene in 2010 with the Bucks, catching 65 passes for 964 yards and 11 touchdowns. His touchdown reception total set the franchise record at the time for any player. He'll wind up second in Offensive Player of the Year voting. Williams finished his career with 223 catches for 3,809 yards in 63 games with 52 starts across 4 years with the Bucks and 1 year with the Bills. And we're very sorry this happened. Okay, so more on the injury to Rodgers here. New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers is one and done after he tore his left Achilles tendon in last night's opener against the Bills. He ended his season after only playing in 4 snaps. Coach Robert Saleh painted a grim picture after the game, saying the Jets suspected a significant Achilles injury. Saleh replied, "This is not good." I can say that right now. Rodgers, a 4-time MVP, went down on their 4th snap as he was trying to spin out of a sack by defensive end Leonard Floyd. His left foot seemed to get caught in the turf, and his body twisted. A slow motion replay showed his left calf is the same calf muscle he strained in OTAs. The Jets will now move forward with quarterback Zach Wilson. The Jets also have journeyman Tim Boyle. The Jets are expected to go with another quarterback as well. Rodgers' injury will impact the 2024 draft. The second pick goes to the Packers. From the trade for Rodgers was unconditional based on 65% playing time. If Rodgers had reached that plateau, it then would have been a first round pick. Well, now that's clearly out the window. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow had a miserable game on Sunday, as he had a career low 82 yards in the loss to the Battle of the Browns in the Battle of Ohio. One day after he signed a record-breaking contract extension, he threw for just 82 yards in a 24-3 dumping over their state rival, the Browns. He completed 14 of 31 passes with no touchdowns and no interceptions. Before Sunday, his previous low was 148 yards in 2021 in a Week 11 loss to the Raiders. This was not up to my standards, said Burrow after the game. Burrow and Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson had connected with the wet playing field off Lake Erie. Watson was not so well either, after only going 16 for 29 with 154 yards with one touchdown and one interception. So it was not that good. Yeah. No. I'll say it was. It was. Yeah, but everybody said that Matt Wilson is hot. Okay. With a 10th inning 2-run homer against the Angels, first extra inning home run of his career, Mariners star Julio Rodriguez, better known as J-Rod, became only the fourth player in MLB history to join the 30-30 club at age 22 or younger. He follows the Braves' Ron Acuna Jr., Angels' Mike Trout, and Alex Rodriguez, no relation to J-Rod. The Angels' Brandon Drury hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 10th, but that did not last, as J-Rod answered with a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 10th that tied the game. Oh boy. It gave Rodriguez 30 home runs to go at 36 stolen bases and became the second youngest player in franchise history to join the 30-30 club. Only A-Rod did it younger than that. J-Rod finished the night with 4 hits for the 6th time this season, one short of the overall lead that is held by Luis Arnez of the Marlins. Julio Rodriguez became only the third Mariners player to have five 4-hit games in a single season. The Mariners did lose the Angels 8-5 in 11 innings and dropped out of the playoff position and are a half game behind the Rangers in the AL wildcard race. Yeah. Rays center fielder Jose Siri suffered a fracture in his right hand as he was hit by a pitch at last in Monday night's win over the Twins, said by manager Kevin Cash. Cash said it's too early to tell how long Siri will be out, but he'll be missing some time for sure. We will see what the doctors say, said Cash. It may be a short stint of, say, 3 weeks. And if he heals up quickly, but it's too soon to tell. Surrey was hit by an 89-mile-per-hour pitch from Twins reliever Dylan Florio in the 5th inning and went down in pain. I felt bad I had to come out of the game because I wanted to stay in, but it was obvious that I was feeling something. I felt something. There he said through a translator after the win. I just have to keep working at it so I can return. It hurt a lot since it was hit by a pitch on the hand. Anytime you get hit by a pitch on the hand, believe me, it's gonna hurt. For the season, Siri has 25 home runs, 56 RBIs, 58 runs, and 12 steals. So not bad. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but Orioles closer Felix Bautista, who suffered a partial tear in his UCL, might return for the postseason. Maybe.
Wow.
It's likely better, it's likely better described as an acute on chronic injury to his ligament, said by General Manager Mike Elias. He said telling reporters he does not see a risk with Bautista. Bautista has not pitched since August 25th and was placed on the injured list the next day. There is no date set for when Bautista could return, said Elias. Said when the Orioles would make a decision on him and did not comment. Bautista would be used for a regular season game. Before the injury, Bautista was 8-2 with a 1.48 ERA with 33 saves and 110 strikeouts. Yeah, and with the postseason now 18 days away, that's gonna be kind of cutting it close. Bad news for the Browns as starting right tackle Jack Conklin suffered a season-ending knee injury in Sunday's game, said by head coach Kevin Stefanski. Stefanski did not go into details of the injury, but sources tell ESPN that the test revealed that Conklin tore both his MCL and ACL in what I call a double whammy. And that is a double whammy right there, folks. Um, Conklin will undergo season-ending knee surgery. He was carted off the field in their victory over the Bengals on Sunday. He injured the knee while pass protecting in the first half against the Bengals. Defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Hendrickson rolled into Conklin's knee from the other side of the Browns' pocket. Conklin was an All-Pro his first year with the Browns in 2020, but suffered injuries that include a torn patella in 2021. Oof. Yeah, you don't want to mess with injuries like that. Yeah. All right, just to see if I had missed anything else here. Oh, I hate when I do this. Yeah, I think I said. I think I said a joke about winning the first one. Okay. Oh, free agent center Boban Maranovic has signed a one-year deal to return to the Rockets. Mike Lindham and Jeff Schwartz of XL Sports told ESPN. Magnovich was one of the more popular teammates and more marketable players in the league. The league is beginning his ninth season in the league and stays with the Rockets organization and appreciates its presence both on and off the court. He played in 31 games this season for the Rockets and has also played for the Spurs, Clippers, Pistons, Sixers, and Mavericks. And we call that a journeyman, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, as we mentioned, Germany won the FIBA World Championship, and the U.S. couldn't get a medal. Ugh, if only they would have beat Canada. What a shame. All right, just see if I had missed anything else here. No, I think I got it all, but I'll just redo the baseball scores here for the final games of the night in progress. As we go into the bottom of the eighth, the Dodgers are all over the Padres 9-2. Betts, Freeman, and Smith are due up. I think that's the only game left because I think some other games just went final.
Yeah,
Oh
Dodgers
yeah,
lead the Padres 9-2.
yep. Like I said, the Rockies over the Cubs 6-4. The Mariners over the Angels 8-0. That is now a final, and the Guardians over the Giants 3-1. That is now also a final. Just a quick check to see if I missed. Oh yeah, we got some WNBA news I wanted to mention. Yes, folks, I do follow WNBA as well, even though 98% of the population does not care. All right, maybe 95%. Seattle Storm guard Jewel Loy took the WNBA scoring title after Sunday's finale against the LA Sparks. She entered Sunday's game 8 points behind teammate Brianna Stewart. Less than 4 minutes left in the loss to the Sparks. Loy passed Stewart with a step-back three-pointer during a Sparks timeout and a standing ovation in front of the Seattle crowd. By finishing with 28 points, Lloyd ended the season with 939 total points, 20 more than Stewart, and 79 more than when Diana Taurasi's previous record in 2006. However, it should be noted that back then when Taurasi did it, they played 6 fewer games a season. The WNBA now plays 40 games a season compared to 34 back in 2006. And the record comes a day after she signed a new 2-year deal with Seattle instead of becoming an unrestricted free agent. Well, good for you. And a quick to see anything else here. Yeah. And okay, the A's clinched the top overall seed in the WNBA playoffs as the Mystics beat my New York Liberty on a buzzer beater on Sunday. The postseason starts later today. The Mystics, Brittany Skies, threw an inbound pass from Natasha Cloud with 5/10 of a second left in regulation, leaving a bad taste in my mouth and Liberty fans everywhere. Yes, I put that in. The Liberty, though, had their best season ever, finishing at 32-8. The Aces did not need to win their final game as they clinched the top seed and defeated the Mercury on Sunday, finishing with 34-6. The Liberty and Mystics will face each other in a first-round matchup beginning on Friday. The top seed Aces will face the Chicago Sky starting today. Other first-round matchups: the Sun will take on the Lynx tomorrow, and the Wings will take on the Dream on Friday. As I mentioned, all first-round series are best of 3, with the winners of those series going to a best of 5 semi-final round. Okay, that'll take care of my reports. I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, so that's episode 81 of True Sports. We're gonna take it like a five. I guess we're gonna be back until we're gonna be back next Tuesday night.
All right.
Check that Wednesday a week from Wednesday actually because I work
All right.
Wednesday morning I work at the golf course.
All right.
So
Bring your 5-iron.
yeah, I'm a groundskeeper there at that golf course that's very close to me here.
Ah.
The Misaki golf course, that is. So with that being said, until a week from Wednesday, for Lewis, I'm Taylor. Ta-ta.